Hello everybody, I hope you are well. Today's video features my old mate Tony Shuffleberger Sensei from Aikido in Auckland here in New Zealand. In today's video he talks about using your centre as a way of monitoring your structure and your balance. Most martial arts at some point refer to the concept of a centre. There's lots of different names for it, but it gives us a focal point and a way of imagining the middle of our structure, where our centre of balance is and where we can build our power and integrity of posture from. In this video, Tony talks about 3 different centres and how to align them to give you maximum efficiency. It's very, very interesting. If you like this, smash the like button, consider subscribing and click the little bell thing so you get a nudge every time we upload. Enjoy the video.
In the last few years I've been studying structure and balance and posture and space and how all that interacts, and then how we interpret our world in a 3-dimensional way, as well as gravity and weight underside extension. So the other thing that's become quite clear to me is your understanding of structure helps you understand someone else's structure. Does that make sense? Yeah? So we got ourselves here quite a nice stable sort of a person. Okay, let's just go with the 2-handed grab. And just for an exploration of connecting to someone, if I just set myself up, nothing happens. There's no connection. So when I roll my shoulders and drop down into my knees and feet, what I'm trying to do is get down and feel the ground. And already you can feel that I've made a connection into his hands. Now when I come back up through my body, I want to affect this other person just through my structural alignment plus expansion, right? Okay. So just as a warm-up, I'm going to get you to go here, find your feet, stack yourself till you feel yourself connect to the other person. Then by dropping into your feet and extending forward, can you take their posture and connect? Okay, so what I'm doing is expanding my spatial awareness. I'm not connecting to the front. If I'm in the front, I've got my space, but I'm doing nothing to connect to the other person. Expand that out through the back now, so now it's actually affecting his whole structure. And let's just start from there. So just a couple of minutes, just quick try, pair up, have a go. And I'm telling my students now to think, but think with their bodies. Because we get thinking with our heads, thinking that this is normal. But we're only up in our heads. It's important, especially as a martial artist, to start to listen with your body. So when you release your shoulders and down into my feet, now I'm connecting to this person through my whole body. But I'm not only connecting, I'm listening, I'm feeling. He's in his heels, his shoulders are fairly tight, elbows are tight. And from here now, I can drop one knee, one hip, I can pop this shoulder, I can then start to explore what's happening to that person by how I'm adjusting myself. And Duncan touched on this before, I'm listening to the other person. I'm starting to hear what's happening to the other person rather than me thinking, I'm going to make this happen. This is me applying it to that person. This is me connecting and inviting that person to change. Make sense? Okay? And for years we were told to keep one point, keep centered. And that confused me for a long time until a couple of years ago I heard about your 3 centers. And this relates to your 3 centers. Your first center is the center where you were born, you're connected to your mother. This is your natural center, or your core center, which is your hara, the one that the martial arts talk about. The second one is your heart center. And this is when you're being nurtured and you're being brought up and you start to feel comfortable. You open up your heart center, so you're up into your heart center. The last one is your head center. So now I'm up in my head center, and you can feel that. Okay, I'm up in my head center. The next trick is to realign the 3 of them. We tend to get stuck in the head one. And once I realign all 3, now it's a different story. Okay, I've aligned all 3 centers. You can feel me, boom, boom, boom. Okay, and with those 3 centers, this is what Aikido is talking about, keeping one point. And I go back now and go, that's what they were trying to tell me. So for the exercise I'm going to get you to do here, okay, reset your shoulders, drop down into your feet, find your natural center, your hara center first. Then open up your chest center. Now come up into your head center, and then see if you can carry them aligned. Now just align them up. And you should feel a complete difference in the person that you're connected to. And we're going to change roles here. If we're a person who's receiving, I'm learning backwards. This person's learning this way. I'm learning back. So as this person goes down, finds his feet, gets his hip, natural center, now he opens up the heart center. Now there it comes. Now just drift forward slightly on your feet. Now you can start to walk forward. And even if I want to push back, I can feel that he's already intruding into my space. So I'm learning to receive. That makes sense? Which really helps my yukimi. And Ron always said yukimi was self-preservation. And if I can feel that, then I can look after myself. So now I'm feeding that same exercise into my yukimi. We'll talk about that at another stage.